Hey guys, so I'm back today with another Team Melee game courtesy of Shield Battery. This was the decider in the best of 3. If you missed the first 2 games, they have already been uploaded on the channel. You can check those out. This is the decider. It's an absolute cracking game. I hope you enjoy it.
Okay. And then we go! The decider in what has been a very, very entertaining Team Melee, I think is the right way of saying it. TVZ. Between Starcraft Broodwar's 4 community heavyweights, guys that do a lot for the game of Starcraft, and so it is absolutely a pleasure to watch them play. This is not going to work though. Why are your colors the same? There we go. So now we've top first bottomed it so we can see nicely. Okay, so spawning cross positions, we have got our blue Zerg team, and spawning in the bottom left got our red Terran team. So, did you guys set up in the same way? You back on army now, Nitekat? Manadog is back on build and macro. Okay, so how do you, if you do lose this game, how does that make you feel about the part that you play in the team setup? It's a tricky one, right? So if you don't win, it's because Manadog's army control's better than yours? Is that not how that works? I'm just trolling. Don't worry about it. It was certainly quite intensive from an army control point of view, with a lot of fights and stuff like that. Oh, nice! AOT promised a prime sub. Hey, man. Didn't realize AOT was such a big daddy. This looks like Vermeer, am I right? Oh, sorry, man. I would have actually changed it to top versus bottom if red versus blue if I could have, but I don't think I could on the previous one. Here they started the same color, so that gave us the chance. At least it wasn't mirror match, right? That could have been that would have just made it shit. Hey, Fuzzy Brunch! Mate, this has been hype. This has been absolute hype. So if you just tuned in now, Game 1, the Zerg team did a standard Spire build, which was scouted, so Terran was just assuming it's going to be mutas. And then they did a quick little sneaky lurker attack and busted them, so it was a quick GG for Zerg. Game 2, they didn't even bother with the Spire, they were just like, this lurker thing is our plan. And then Terran was like, alright, well now that we know what to do, we'll hold the initial pressure, and then we'll push out continuous with our Bioforce and deny bases. A lot of really good fights, a lot of really entertaining action, and they took a 25-minute TVZ, so we're tied up at 1 apiece. This is the decider on Vermeer, and we have got very similar opens. Our lair is incoming. We're probably going to drop our 3rd hatch relatively soon, although this looks like a deviation from Zerg. This looks like potentially 2-hatch Spire, but I'll have to keep an eye on that. Maybe they're going to try and do muta pressure, just to test your turret placement and all those other good things. Zerg's making some adjustments now. I don't know if they're going to do the Larry play this time. I think they might go, if I'm looking at the bank of the gas, this might actually be a rush Spire. But this damn SCV micro from Nitekat again! Look at this man! 4 minutes, he's going to do it with his eyes closed! I think SCV control is definitely the right assignment for you, Nitekat. This guy is still green! Okay, now he's yellow. His health has dwindled, but I mean, look at this. You're like, hey guys, what's up? Excuse me, coming through, pardon me, excuse this way. Oh, okay. So just less than 4 minutes, very close. Wanting to see when the Spire goes down. Be in for some serious mutalist pressure. This is early. This is pre. Although I think that's correct. The textbook build is you get the Spire and then you drop the 3rd hatch. Okay, let's see. 2:30 APM, all dedicated to SCV. Well, that's all you needed to dedicate it to, my friend. That's what the beauty is of this team Melee plan. You got your buddy worrying about your build back home. Imagine you could play. I think you can. You can't play ladder like this, right? Where you tag team. I think that would be quite a popular feature, though. I think people would actually enjoy that. Alright, so our lings are back and forth. You guys aren't being accused of anything because you didn't build a bunker this game. This sim is actually quite conducive to this 2 depot wall, so I think that's been well exploited. Still got our spire on the way, still don't have a 3rd hatch, so this is 2 hatch meta. Where's our friends eBay? There it is. When are we starting our turrets? Here's our 3rd hatch, I guess. We're building it away and going to take advantage of the fact that we have mutas for map control, which makes sense. Okay, so we're moving out. Nitekat is on army assignment, although Manadog seems to be controlling these, unless you guys have swapped who the first player is. Now I'm confused. Manadog is always the circly man. Is he not the circly man anymore? Oh, okay. So you're literally saying here exactly what I'm asking. I'm like, wait, wasn't that always Manadog? What's happening? Although this replay is different. I'll tell you why. Because when I opened it, I was on this vision, which was nobody's. There was, I think, presumably it opens on the top person's vision. That opened here, where there was no one. So I think that might be why it's different. All the others opened on your vision. Okay, so here goes our first muta at 6 minutes. That doesn't. Oh no, that's not our first. This is like friend of a few. We've got 1, 2, 3 turrets. We're quite well prepared. This is a good map for this terrain. I think a 7 is the magic number. So if you've got Bisu-esque micro, sorry, Jaedong-esque micro, and you have 7 mutas and you pick up an SCV, but you don't lose a muta. So you're like dead SCV, go back, dead SCV, go back, dead SCV, go back. And that's friggin' hard though. Alright, so we're trying to find an angle. Oh, no, we're going away. Okay, not worrying about that now. Maybe we're going to connect up with our muta friends. So all our Michael the Mutalist are getting ready to roll here. Okay, so we've decided this is the place. We're stacking them. Yep. Should have around 7 or 8. Let's go. SCV. We want a one-shot in SCV. That's the magic number, guys. That's enough turrets, I think, to discourage that harassment. Terran scanning to make sure they know how many it is. And I think Zerg's going to pull away and rather focus on picking off this Bioforce from 2 angles. That's the dead mutalist. Wow. Nice. Look at this muta control. Really good. Oh, no, these are straggling. Come on, boys. This is Team Melee, Zerg. You gotta have better unit control than this. Can't have all these stray mutas getting picked off in isolation. Unacceptable. I can see Art of Turtl calling a committee meeting immediately after this match to discipline whoever did that wrong. Unless it was him, in which case it's probably fine. Let's see. Alright. AOT on the mutas. Ah, that guy. I think Whiskey might have had 1 or 2 stray mutas. I'm just gonna go with that. He's not here to defend himself, so I can say it means. And he won't mind. It's my buddy. Alright, this is a lot of intensive APM, just making shit up. APM to control and contain this Bioforce so it doesn't go wreck this base, which is the whole reason why they've been stalling with the mutas, is to try and slow down the advance on this base so that these lurkers can hatch. Go up! Oh, the shields are too strong though. It's not going to help, is it? Uh-oh. Run, lurkies, run! That's exactly what he wanted. Just to contain them for long enough for these lurkers to come up. Got some things over here. So that's the power the early mutas give you, is the opportunity to control and reinforce and defend. So we're stacking again. So we're 3 basing versus 2 base. We're floating our factory, so we're not interested in mech yet, which makes sense because our main threat at the moment is Headless. So we're sticking with our biomedic composition. Nice pick off here on these isolated units. This production's not too well defended here either. Where's the closest to the turret gap between this one and this one is maybe a little bit big. Not a SimCity expert, but from this angle, mutas can get some damage. Ah, I didn't see that one. Maybe another one here. These boys know what they're doing. Okay, so we're moving out. This is Nitekat now. Nitekat is the 3-circle guy for this game. For those of you that have been following along and are slightly confused, don't even worry about it. All good. So 82 versus 72. 31 drones versus 45 drones. So the army supplies are very, very similar. I think Terran would be better served trying to set up a third than they would be trying to attack at this stage. I think until you've got your vessels, which is good. Until you've got siege tanks to try and knock those lurkers off the high ground, I don't think you can break this base in any way that would be efficient or sensible. It's just rabbits 2 cents for what they're worth. We're living in the future? Yes, we are. All the way, absolutely. Hey Alex Gary, thanks for following, bud. Just got here. It is. It's well, it's actually a 2v2 melee game. Very, very entertaining. We're actually in the decider now, and it has been it's been an absolute cracker. The Team Terran is very patiently, continuously putting pressure on the Zerg's expansion, forcing Micro out of these mutalisks to try and control the map and to try and block any breaks. They have not. They have listened to my advice over future. I went back in time and I said, please don't go and try and break this breakers, but they haven't. Attack! Get some reinforcement. Okay, these stray fire have been hurt. These go going this way. They seem determined to break this. If they irradiate this clump... Okay, so somebody please tell me in chat, if you irradiate a clump of lurkers, does it only impact the one on top? Okay, never mind. My question just got answered because one died and there's still others in it. The one coward marine. Alright. I think the turret placement here from Terran and the scouting buildings has been really excellent. It pretty much blocked all forms of harassment and are pulling ahead a little bit in supply. I think Zerg, realizing that they are falling behind, is focusing a little bit on macro, which I think opens up a window here. 2-1 up. Okay, upgrades. Okay, so that's upgrade planning for the team. Manadog focusing beautifully on the build, while Nitekat's doing all of this army management. He is adamant that he's going to break this. Just needs more energy on his science base. There we go, it's broken! Go, 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 go! The time is now! Oh shit, there's more lurkers! How does Manadog know that? Oh, he's doing this. Okay, so Ultra Cabin is over. It's almost done. This is actually brilliant. So while Nitekat is focusing on this fight, Manadog has scanned Zerg's base and identified the tech and has relayed this to Nitekat to say, listen, you could be facing Ultras quite soon. Therefore, I might be making some other units for you, although your factory's still floating. Don't you go into mech when your opponent builds Ultras? You need tanks and stuff, don't you? Don't ya? Okay, so our 3-basing Terran team is strong. Now you just need 3-3. Okay, so Marines all the way, baby. Let's go. Marine medic, science vessels, and some anger. Okay, so does Nitekat get his prime sub? There's a lot riding on this, man. Nitekat gets a prime sub from AOT if they win. I don't know what Manadog gets. Probably just a high five. But Nitekat's got the stakes here, boys. We gotta get hyped up for this. Here comes the big move. The Dark Swarm has arrived, which is a really good stalling tactic. It was masterfully used. There's a lot of lizards here, a lot of Zerglings for these lizards to chow. And this is crackling power coming down to pressure this base, which I think is a little bit vulnerable. Only got one bunker, and a couple of Marines, so we're moving across. And we are going to put... oh, it's a lot of lurkers. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vessels versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lurkers. Basically a vessel for every lurker. That's beautiful. Come on, next. Next. Oh, I heard something. Oh dear. The vulnerable base I was talking about, this is that. Well, the reinforcements are coming up. I think they'll find this up without too much problem. So firebats have arrived just to prove that they are in fact units in Starcraft. They've broken this because of the science vessels. Dead. I think Terran's just going to take this, man. Serious deficit to come back from. Okay, don't know. You're not going up there. You're not under the orange cloud. No, thank you. What's really been impressive in both this game and the previous game is changing angles of attack all the time. So you guys will push here, then you'll press there, then you'll press here, then you'll go there, then you go here, then you go there. Like just keeping Zerg on their toes and playing without tunnel vision, which is really a skill in of itself. I think for new players, you're like, I'm attacking, I'm winning, I'm trading well, I'm just going to keep attacking the same place forever, and then suddenly you lose. This is just having an understanding of the game that is really excellent. No sound. Should be sound. I can hear the sound over my headphones. There's no music, but there is sound. And nobody's talking to each other on voice. Jeez, that's a lot of Scourge and a lot of Plague! Oh my god, look at this! There's so many Plague units! Oh, the Ultras have arrived. Space Cows! Yeah, no music. Unfortunately, I can't switch the music on because I have to play this through shield battery. Guys. Apologies. If I ever do another shield battery, I will get some like copyright neutral music to play in the background, so you don't have to annoying voice only. I'll mix some other sounds in there as well. Okay, so we are not successfully re-establishing this base. The Terran is pressuring this one as well. And I don't think Zerg knows where to turn right now. You've got to basically, I would say maxed out, but maxed out is not a thing in this format. If you have a nearly 200 supply Terran versus a 100 supply Zerg, these Ultras are kind of in between the Darkspawn. That seems good enough though. Not seeming to lose too much health. Oh, nice. Bye bye, Mr. Ultra. Thanks for coming. That animation when they die is freaking amazing. The butcher. Oh, there you go. Is Lana Alex Carey? Oh my god, Lana. Threw me there, brother. Like, what the heck is Alex? That's like a movie character. It's ironic because Lana is hot as derivative of a movie character. By the way, which Lana is hot? I've been dying to ask you that. There's the Lana in Smallville. There's the Lana in this new shitty, like, Superman mock-off. Which Lana is hot? I'm putting you on the spot now. You're going to tell everybody which one is hot. I don't know. Lana from Smallville. Kristen Creek. Okay. Yeah, she's alright. Have you watched Beauty and the Beast? She's just, I don't know, annoying. Not a fan. I'm a fan of Lana is hot, the Starcraft player. Not a fan of Lana is hot, the small character. That's just me. Rabbit's weird. Alright, we're drop shipping. In the corner, like sneaky sneakies. Enough bricks. Actually, Marines are tucked up nice and tight to get behind the minerals. This is very hard for Zerg to get. They got to come around here and fight them like a little pocket line. 212 out of 258 versus 122 out of 161. Man, this is epic, guys. We're going to here again. Zerg is just trying so hard to re-establish this base. Like, please let me have it. Good drops. Really good drops. Okay. Let's go. There's not enough here. It's just Terran making shrimp sandwiches here. Make a sandwich, boys. Okay, Space Cows got a little bit of help. Fire bats here to put them under pressure. I think they're going to hold there. Terran is just relentless on the pressure. More dead drones, another dead hatch. This one's gone. Not pressuring here, I think because of the Sunkens and the Defilers, but this is going to... It's only medics here now, I think he might hold. And he plagued the Science Vessels too. Zerg is just relentlessly holding on. Their challenge for them is they are gas starved. Only really make Zerglings. There's so many dead medics. Oh, run, medics, run! Hey Elevation, how are you? Yeah man, TV2, this is 2v2. It's really been a good series. It's definitely worth checking out the pod. I might dice this up and put it on YouTube actually. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it's been pretty fun. Okay, we'll showcase melee format, and I just think to give Shield Battery a bit more recognition is also a good thing. I've plugged them for 2 Nitekat games already. I think I might also give this some time on YouTube as well. Giving us an alternative and giving us these sorts of fun things, definitely worth showing some appreciation for that. Okay, so Zerg has not really countered or applied much of their own pressure. They did a little bit of pressure on this base, and now they're doing this one, which there is nothing to defend. So that's how Zerg gets back in, although it's not, I wouldn't say it's base trade-ish, because they sent maybe 10 lings there, there was just nothing to defend it. Oh no, it's plenty. Okay, so that'll hold that. Not too much of a problem. Here comes the flank! Oh, that's so many ultras! Just dead medics! Bio, it's just evaporating. Oh. Oh, that was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What a fight. Okay, so they've tied this up. Lost about 5 SCVs or so, because Terran was at about 58 not too long ago. Yes, absolutely. Pain. Cows are pain. So the ultras have been a real difference maker so far. Done really well, actually. I'm impressed. Okay, are we going to get some time to breathe? So Zerg's challenge is they cannot produce enough gas. This is a base with no gas and no drones. The constant harassment from Terran on the bases has created this gas deficit. Ironically, Terran is loaded with gas, which is interesting because you build vessels almost non-stop, and yet you've managed to build up a nice gas tank, which could come in handy quite a little bit later. This is an interesting angle, it's like a little conga line. Ultras are gonna die though. Okay, that was a beautiful fight. Not a nice engagement angle. The Ultras kind of came in a line, which meant the units standing behind, the Marine, just chowed. Okay, that's not good. Are we defensive matrixing? What did we defensive matrix? 1 Marine! Let me at him! Let me at him! He's stuck! Go! Go! No, look how stem this guy is. He's like, I've got blue rings on me, let me go! Okay, I'll just... Lots of crackling there on this ramp. I think Terran knows you break this, you win. This is a critical fight. There's so many Zerglings though! This is totally gone and they're holding this position. So this is kind of the last outpost of the Zerg. That's a lot of outposts. Is this being nidist? Yes, nidist is a verb, in case you're wondering. Reinforced by a nidist canal equals nidist in Rabbitsville. So this is being nicely nidist. Okay, choose. Science vessel marine equals good combo. 190. That's kind of been consistently 200 versus 100. For Zerg players out there, who needs units? Yeah, it's a couple and you're good. Look at this. So much bio coming up. Dang. Manadog in the background is like, Mike gets like, I've got so much army to control. Go, 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 go. Must be nice though. You're just controlling an army and you go back to your rally and like, there's more! There's just so much more! This is so nice! Alright, so we've denied this corner base, which is good. But Terran is not in any danger of running out of money. They still have money at their natural, which is just mind-blowing. Zerg, on the other hand, has re-established this base for the 12th time. Has not established this. Has got no drones here. So, Zerg potentially the one that may struggle financially. You've just got the space. This is low, but not too bad. Thank you for following, Maggot Lord. What be this? This be a TVT melee match between Manadog Nitekat and WhiskeyDingo vs Art of Turtl. We're in the final game of the 3, and it is an absolute cracker. Alright, so we're going to go in here and try to take this base again. The Defilers are defilering though. Uh-oh, we don't have a nidus here, so to get our units across is going to be hard, and we're sandwiching. We're attacking from two points at the same time. I think Zerg's going to be spread a bit too thin here. Oh, we're sending his links, but they're coming in a conga line. There's no lurkers or anything else. There's no real power unit. There's no more ultras either. Where did all the ultras go? Ultras, come back! Running out of gas is really bad. Where be you from? I be from Australia. Alright boys, I think Terran are going to get Nitekat a prime sub. Oh! We're mutilating Brody. Run, Brody's run! Oh, we're sending out links, but that's not going to help you much. 235 versus 57. Terran have definitely got this. I think the composition of Terran focusing on macro and the other one focusing on army control makes these two a very, very powerful team. Do you ever lose CP2s? Nitekat versus Manadog? GG! You guys did it! What a game! Yes, they are. So they play as one entity, and they have to decide who does what. So it's a whole bunch of coordination, which is very, very difficult. So the way that the Terran team did it today is they had one focusing on the buildings and the other one focusing on the units. Archon mode, yes, exactly. So it was very similar to that. The reason why we had to play the replays in shield battery is because it's not actually, you can't play the replays in the usual battle net.